Why are markets dumping? Why? This week is autumn break. 8 people in the house. We've been out at night, stargazing, having dinners, been at the beach. But Larsson, how can you do that when the market is going crazy? Guys, stress less in the markets. Have your plan thought out beforehand. Do react to market events, but with intention, with a plan, not with stress. I still felt I have to give you guys an update, because this is a key event. You don't need to know anything about technical analysis to see that something has changed here. And in this video I thought to do another update at this traffic light model, where we look at multiple factors to try to determine the state of the markets. Friends of the channel will remember that we've done this quite a few times in the past. For example here, October 25th, 2022, which was here in the market. Trying to determine, is this the bottom? Conclusion was an overwhelming probably not, -6, and indeed more dumps followed. Next time we did this, 13th of December 2022, that was here, and the conclusion was already quite different. More or less neutral. Next time, 16th of January, that was here. Our buying signals had already flashed earlier the same week. So at that point, around price 21k, it was overwhelmingly positive that the bottom was in fact already in and behind us, which turned out correct. A couple of months ago we repeated this on June 25th. June 25th was here. We were still in the middle of this consolidation pattern, both in terms of price and, as it turned out, we were almost in the middle in terms of time as well. Cannot say if this is a bottom situation or a top situation, which turned out correct, so how about repeating it today? The first criteria has always been the chart patterns. Key events have happened now in September and October. If you've been watching, or if you remember, you know that we identified this higher low pattern on the 6th of September. Of course, on the day we couldn't know it for sure, but I went back and looked already on the 8th of September in the Friday TA report. I had highlighted the possibility, and I had written that if price regains strength from here, that would become the first higher low in half a year and the first sign of a turnaround. Price indeed regained strength from there, and it became a solid higher low. Here you see lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, higher low. First sign that something is changing. The trend, however, had become very entrenched, because if you zoom out, of course, this is sloping downwards here. So it took all the way until 29th of September before Larsson line flipped gold. And even then, that wasn't a very significant event, because we were so clearly still in this consolidation pattern with ranging price, not trending price. So at this point, I was also looking for some pattern confirmation. Are we breaking up somewhere with Larsson line gold? Okay, then it's significant. And at that point, we didn't get any breakouts. Instead, something else very interesting happened. Price retraced quite a bit, and there was all doom and gloom on X and in the markets. But if you were here, and if you read the TA reports at the time, you know that we identified that key support at 60,800 was holding. Key support holding, not breaking, is a significant event. And it wasn't just once, it was over the course of 11 days that this key level 60,800 kept holding. This was a great entry opportunity. Larsson line gold, key support holding, short distance to invalidation, meaning you risk very little, big upside with something like Bitcoin, as we pointed out at the time. Key support held. The next thing that happened was this. We can argue exactly which day it was, doesn't matter. The higher high, similar to how we got the higher low on 6th of September. Diagonal breakout with Larsson line gold. Next, 28th of October. This was on a Monday. I pointed it out during the DCA live stream, also posted in our Discord, that we were getting this mini pattern of price pushing up against this horizontal resistance, and when it broke out, it was almost certain to me that it would run up to the main horizontal resistance at 71,400, and it did exactly. It ran up there to 71,500, it backed up a little bit, up again to that level exactly, backed up a little bit, and then pushed through. Now I'm on 6-hour candles just to show this a little bit clearer to you. And it was on the 29th of October that we got the main horizontal breakout. That was here, we crossed 71,400 and look here how we retested that level on the 30th of October exactly, down to the dollar. You see the low price here if I hold the cursor, so if you look there, you see it's 71,401 cents. So I think we can be pretty proud, guys, that we identified the level that actually mattered. It was 71,400. But Larsson, today, 31st of October, Halloween, bats, darkness, price is breaking down. Why? Larsson, why is this happening? Is it over after all? Let's have a look at some other markets. Here is the stock market. This is today's candle. It's a mega dump in stocks. How about gold? Mega dump. Big bad blue candle in gold. I think it's safe to say that this retracement has nothing to do with Bitcoin as such. Nothing major has changed in the election forecast on Polymarket. This Bitcoin dump today is simply a result of all markets dumping. The charts look exactly the same. So could it be that this is simply a retest, or was this a fake out? Let's try to figure it out using our traffic light system. I'm not going to change the criteria today, but instead just provide an update. So, as we just reviewed, we've had massively positive events in the chart construction. We've had the higher low, we've had the higher high, we've had the pattern breakout, and we've had the key horizontal support holding. So we don't need to rely on this horizontal breakout level, breaking or not, to put a solid golden traffic light here. Chart looks fantastic and has done so all the way since this support held at 60,800 in early October. Next, how about trend? What was the color of Larsson line at breakout? And it was gold. Very clear. Next, how is the market reacting to news? For example, around the election. I think it's super clear. Whatever happens in the news, the market reacts positively right now. And it's not only in the crypto markets, it's been the same in stocks, to the point of news reporting risk of World War III and market still goes up. Gold. Next, what's the macro outlook? Traditionally, after election, regardless of who wins, they start spending money, stimulating, and markets go up over the couple of years that follow. Next criteria was the BTC flows. And here we don't need to speculate. We can go in and see exactly what has happened because this is fully transparent. Total cumulative flows has skyrocketed. We can see it in this view. This is on CoinGlass. Remember when we did the previous view on June 25th? That was here. It didn't look very good. Most flows were outflows at that point. And that was also the case here in the end of August. But then around the 6th of September, because obviously I wasn't the only one who identified that this was actually higher low, any analyst would be able to see that. And that immediately translated into positive inflows to the ETFs. Green, green, green. Little bit of red. And the whole of October it has been massively green. And here is the blocks view. And you can see that it's primarily IBIT, meaning BlackRock's ETF, that has captured a lot of inflows here. So the BTC flows to the ETFs are overwhelmingly gold. The final criteria was the historical cycle behavior with the 4-year cycles, and that was referring to these two models that I did quite a while ago, long before we had actually reached 70,000, and I still feel we cannot conclusively with certainty say which of these two trajectories that were on this cycle, and I feel that's still the case. If we zoom out that much, it's still too early to say if this is a parabola that breaks here or if it should in fact be drawn like this, and we're still on the pre versus post halving pattern. Of course, all these positive events do give points for the latter positive interpretation, but in this view we need to see something like this before we can say that with certainty. So I'm going to leave this one neutral, but you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Positive 5, Larsson line is gold, which means that I personally have no intention of panicking over this candle right here, right now. In terms of Bitcoin versus the altcoins, I don't think anyone can miss that the situation of a Bitcoin-led market with rising Bitcoin dominance is still the case, despite the meme coins and everything. Of course, a big part of this index is Ethereum's abysmal performance. And no, guys, there is nothing in the chart indicating a turnaround yet. I've said that many times before, at one point it will turn around, could be here, could be at another point, but we can't see any bottom pattern in the chart right now. Which, as I've said for so many months, is a stark contrast to Solana, where the key support on the Sol to BTC chart is holding at 0.002. And instead, Sol created this beautiful, clear range with clear horizontal support at 127 that held so many times. Then price even did an inverse head and shoulders with the head exactly on the support, which confirmed and broke out. Then price almost moved up to resistance at 186. Got front run here a little bit probably, because once again I'm not the only one who can identify that. Everyone can see that this is the key resistance, but inverse head and shoulder breakout with Larsson line gold looks fantastic. Do you say happy Halloween? Or is it supposed to be a scary event where you're not happy? I don't know, but I do know that it's gotten dark outside, and I also know that the shop is open. Just please, please, please don't get scammed, guys. I have only one website, it's ctolarsson.com. Press here for course and indicator, press here for Larsson Line Pro. If you're somewhere else, if someone contacts you on Facebook or X or Instagram or something, it's not me, don't send the money. We have a 2% retracement today from 17,433 where we entered. Price is up 4x or plus 300%. Stress less, be happy. Thank you, tack. CTO Larsson out.